Premierships, and as Hawthorn's decade of football, Geelong fans have welcomed home the vanquished Cats and have already plotted a future flag for Cardinia Park.
2 VFL flags in a row is just cause for celebration, and last night the Hawthorn Football Club supped on success and revelled in the knowledge that it has been the football force of the 80s. Hundreds of fans packed the Hilton Hotel, while modest heroes coach Alan Jeans and veteran captain Michael Tuck savoured the moment. Then it was the players' turn, aches and pains of the game forgotten.
It just makes the club stronger, I suppose, and people have supported it over many years. I've only been there 8 years, and I think the people who have tried to make the club and been there for many years, it's more pleasing to them, I suppose.
At Glenferrie Oval today, 3,000 supporters turned out to enjoy the post-match euphoria. And for the players, the game might be over, but their football feats will not be forgotten. To the vanquished, and the Geelong team regrouped last night and went back to a rousing wake in Geelong. Thousands of Cats supporters swamped the Civic Hall, showing how best to lick their wounds, and to remind coach Malcolm Blight and the players of the football future.
Great cheers for a job fantastically well done.
And today at Cardinia Park headquarters, Geelong fans were out in force again to meet the team they hope might bring home the elusive flag in 1990. Diana King, 7 Nightly News.
Back-to-back premierships. Jason Cameron reports.
Any excuse was good enough to break into song at Glenferrie Oval last night. Hawthorn supporters were absolutely elated. Coach Alan Jeans paid tribute to what he called a gutsy fighting effort by his magnificent men.
We've all made a contribution, so let's rejoice tonight. It is one of the great moments in the history of the club.
Shortly afterwards, Jeans reappeared in the middle of a sea of brown and gold at the club's victory dinner at the Hilton Hotel. He was led through the cheering crowd by Captain Michael Tuck, and together they raised the 1989 Premiership Cup in triumph. Then it was time to unwind and savour the sweet taste of success. Geelong supporters, meanwhile, regrouped at the Southern Cross Hotel, where the mood was understandably subdued. But to understand the real spirit of Geelong, you had to be outside the town hall last night, a full 4 hours after the final siren, to see this proud city welcome its heroes home. But the revelries didn't end at the town hall. Geelong was in a mood for celebrating, and today provided yet another perfect opportunity. Long-time Cats supporter Daryl Summers headed today's entertainment lineup at Cardinia Park, and despite the occasional downpour, the gathering had all the trappings of a victory celebration. It may just be wishful thinking, but if this sort of enthusiasm could be transformed into goals, then Geelong already has next year's grand final well and truly in the bag. Jason Cameron, National 9 News.
26.
The match started, and Dermot Brereton was to get the message. Just minutes later, Ayres collided with Ablett, and then Robert Di-Domenico was on the receiving end of a crushing hip and shoulder. Despite suspected rib injuries, the former Brownlow medalist played on, but a pain-killing injection left him with a throat allergy, and he went to St Vincent's Hospital straight after the match. To allow the Big Dipper to rest in hospital, the club placed a 24-hour curfew on interviews, but a spokesman says his condition is stable and satisfactory. Although John Platten was concussed yesterday, he was part of the celebrations today. But the sensational incident involving Brereton is the one that will be best remembered. Rugged Geelong defender Mark Yates admitted the solid hip and shoulder was a square-off for one he received in round 6. However, Brereton refused to leave the ground and minutes later ignited the Hawks with inspirational football. Brereton, who says he is undecided about seeking delicate back surgery overseas, had no complaints about the incident with Mark Yates.
I believe in fate, and that's the way it turned out.